let's get to it. I was not able to do a weekly outlook or review, and I apologize for that because I'm supposed to be consistent, as here is just my personal documentary, and I'm supposed to drop my weekly reviews and my weekly outlooks. But for now, let's get on with a little bit of my past week, and then get into the outlook for this week, this trading week. So, this was last week for me. The week started here, 21st of March 2023, and it went all through to here. So market hasn't opened yet. Market should be open in 2 hours, less than 2 hours. So let's look at what happened and what transpired in this whole region. As here looked like I know yourself. I can remember as coming from last 2 weeks where I tried to give a prediction or give my weekly outlook. I already mentioned that there was a change of structure here because the market had already changed trend from a bullish movement here, a bullish character. Market had already started to change trend towards the bearish side, and these things are still here. If you see my previous video, you're still going to see them here because I do not change these things until there's a new change in structure. So for now, the market is telling me that I'm going to be selling until any other thing happens, till there's a break of structure, or rather a change of structure. I am not going to buy. I'll continue to look for sales, at least from a daily perspective, or from a daily perspective. So I already had in mind that the week was bearish, and I looked for bears when the market was at a high, and I looked for bulls when the market was at a sell. For example, market was at a high here, I looked for bears here. Market was at a high here, I looked for bears here. Okay, and when market got to this place, I tried to get a bull, which would have really gone well. I'm going to show you what happened there. I did not take a trade here, which was really annoying. But because this video is particularly about the weekly outlook, so that we can understand how it transpired and how we plan to see what's going to go happen, and just have a bias as we're entering the new trading week. But I'm just going to give a recap on this. So going into the week, this is my 4 hour time frame, and I already knew that the week was bearish, as I already mentioned earlier, and this is as a result of us still being on a bearish time frame. On a bearish character, on a bearish trend. This is it. So as that the week started, market was somewhere here, okay, and what did we have to do? I had either to wait for the market to continue to push down to take out these lows, or continue to push down to here, create a liquidity, tap this high here, and continue to go towards the downside. But it's what it is. The market started with a very big bullish movement here, and started to try to touch the highs over here. So this was Monday Asian session starting over here before the manipulation happened in the London session here, and then distribution happened. So this was what I was looking at as week was starting. As week started, rather, I looked at here as an opportunity to buy. I looked at here as an opportunity to sell. The reason I looked at here as an opportunity to buy was because market tended to change a mini structure in between here. Okay, so in the lower time frame, there was an obvious and clear break of structure happening here. So I expected the market to test this region before going to the upside, which it did not. And I felt, okay, maybe it is going to use here as liquidity, this lows here as liquidity, tap into this region here, and break this high to get to this place here, which it actually did. Only that it tapped into this region, into this other block here, but refused to take out this liquidity here. And I guess that was a very bearish momentum, as the bears were stronger than the bulls in the market. So going forward, I usually take my trades in the 15-minute time frame. So I'm going to show you the trade I missed, which was really annoying, and I wished I got a hold of them, because it was really clear. And yeah, I just did not just take it. um and I think it was on a Tuesday. I think it was somewhere here. Yeah, this was this was New York session on Tuesday. New York session. All right, this is it. This was it here. So, and this was the low, because when market has taken out this lower liquidity here, let me go to the item so that can be more clear. Market took out this liquidity from these lows here, and was left with nothing but the momentum to move towards the upside, and I should have been able to get at least an entry in this region. So let's run the 15-minute time frame and see what happened there. Okay, into the 5 minutes, and what happened. Okay, and this was it. So, as I've said earlier in the previous videos, I mentioned that I usually take my entries in the 5 minutes. At times I enter the 1 minute time frame, but it happens rarely. So 5 minutes is majorly my entry time frame. I use the 4 hours, look at the direction, and I then go to the 15 minutes to just check on the current trend in the market or the particular session, and then I go into 5 minutes to take my entry. So in this is 5 minutes looking at us right here. This is the bearish trend, and what happened? Market now changed structure immediately, okay, and continued to this upside here. Cool. So this was really not cool, but so it is. So this would have been a potential entry for me, as market broke this place here. I should have entered here. But yeah, I think the reason why I did not enter was because there was no fair value gap here. So it did not look like a high probable trade, and just did not enter because did not tick every criteria I used to enter a market. This was a trade I was supposed to have entered, because this market created the change of structure happened here. Change of structure happened here. It broke structure, so change of structure happened here. Then there was a continuation, which is the break of structure here. Okay, and it tapped into this OB. Now there was a clear fair value gap here, which needed to be filled in to continue moving price. But see what happened? Market tapped into it. Did not really tag me in, because my stop loss did not even trigger me, because I usually put my entry in this region inside the other block. So this didn't trigger me, and I deleted the order as the market went into region. So this is a trade I missed, and I guess what it is. The week was really hectic one, because I took some L's. I really took some L's. I took an L here because of seeing here as a potential region. He had everything, man. He had everything. He had the bearish pressure, the bearish order block here, the fair value gap, the change of continuation. So this was really not nice entry for me. I saw it going in my favor for quite a while before markets reversed to me. So it's pretty much, I have screenshots of this in my journal. So yeah, this was my target, and yeah, market came into 1:3, and I think I should have broken even on this trade, but I did not, because it was not even reach 1:5, because I usually break even at half of my target. So if market had gotten to this region 1:5, I would have broken even. So that's what it is. And I think I took another L. I took series of L's here, rather. I think I took another L here, and this was a devastating L. because it was not supposed to happen. Originally, this was my entry here because market was continuing towards the downside. It took a lot of liquidity from this region, and this was the last bullish candle that broke this structure here. So it was more like a continuation. And I need to look for the other block, the last bullish candle that moved this market towards the downside. And I think I found it in the 5 minutes time frame. So this was it here. Yeah, this was the market. This was the trade. This was a very annoying trade I took because all these guys had to do was take me out and continue to go in my direction. Now I'm going to agree that I really used a very tight stop loss, which I should have, given breathing space. Should have given a breathing space for these markets to go in in my direction. This was it. This was my entry. This was my entry. And I should have just taken my stop loss in this region. Anyways, that is part of trading, and we dust our mouses and move on to the next. Um, Up until I think Thursday, I think I got a really good trade on Thursday. Let me check it here. Where was that entry? Okay, it was on Thursday, yeah. So this was the entry that I took, and it was a pretty good one. It was a pretty good one. Like this was just good. Just did what I asked it to do, and I'm going to explain why I took this entry like this. Market was coming from. Okay, this is I check my. So this is on a 15 minute time frame, and I look at the current trend in 15 minutes time frame. So what happened here? Market was bullish. Okay, market was bullish. But what did he here? He came here and took away a lot of liquidity. This move alone shows that there is enough selling pressure for the markets, for the buyers to have taken out this liquidity here. There was enough selling pressure to continue to move market to the downside. So I just waited for the market to change structure in this lower time frame, okay, and then continue towards the downside. And thankfully, it did change structure in the 5 minutes time frame, and this is what we are going to see here. The market was going up, going up, and change of structure happened here. So I now looked for the tapping of the other block at this region and sold towards the lows. So this was my entry, and it was a pretty good 1:7, or would I say 1:8? Because usually my average risk reward is 1:7. But trust me, I gave enough breathing space in this market because I was tired of getting hurt, and it wasn't really a cool one. So I think this was it, and voila, I hit my TP 1:7. And this was a pretty good trade, and I was able to cover off the losses for the week, and move forward. Now, this Friday was a really pissed off trade. Friday was a really pissed off day for me because I was just looking at the wrong direction. Now, the market was obviously going towards the upside, but what was I doing? I was trying to catch a sell from this region here. Realistically speaking, is what it's supposed to be because market on the higher time frame is bearish, and this is what I expected to happen. Okay, not knowing that it was going to collect the liquidity from these highs and use here as a major high for it to continue to move towards the downside. But it's what it is. We do not tell the market what to do. The market reacts based off of prices and then just moves. And I failed to take the opportunities as the market was buying. And this was buying throughout the London session. And even throughout the London session, I did not very perfect entries. I'm going to go towards a little time frame to show you and to show you how obvious it was. Very, very obvious. Come on. This was supposed to be a big one for me. But I guess I slept on it, and it hurts me, but then we move. We move forward. Now this was it. This was the first one I missed. This was it. I missed this one. There's another one I missed again, a retest. I missed another retest here. And off it went. Off it went. A very, very annoying day. You can see how clear it is here. You can see another clear one here. Very annoying. But I did not take it into. I didn't beat myself over it. I just, recorded it in my journal, and yeah, I plan to, improve on that. So now the problem is this: I was looking for BS here, and I actually entered this market here, this region here. So I sold to this place. I even sold lower. I sold lower because yeah, I sold lower, and I was expecting the market to, continue. Which market actually went in my favor and continued to go towards the downside, but market took the other route and took me out. So let's get on with it. This was just a review of my week and how profitable it was. The week wasn't really a good one, but the win I had was able to cover off the losses I had. Now, what do we see in this coming week? Let us go to the higher time frame and see what is coming up. Now, the market has obviously changed the trend and the market is looking bearish, but there is something we should observe. The market has been going on a downtrend in a very, very descending manner and respecting structures. This can be really tricky because a lot of others are laying above this region here. A lot of others are laying above this region here. A lot of others are laying above this region here. And the market is going to use this as liquidity to move price down. Now, I'm not saying that this is what is going to happen, but we should be obvious of this, oblivious, and we shouldn't be oblivious, and we should understand that um, this particular region is a descending channel and could affect the direction of the market. Okay, but then we are still in a downtrend because the market is still bearish. Okay, the market has been bearish since it broke structure. It has been going down wonderfully, no noise, healthy price action. Healthy price action. So I am looking to see a downward movement in the market right here. And I'm sorry for the noise because I know that there is noise in my background and it's coming from the generator over here. And I'm sorry for that. So there was a funny thing that happened on Friday, and these things rarely happen, but it's interesting when it happens. The market made a last move by 10 p.m. This was so serious that even on 1 minute time frame, you could see that it was really the last move of the day. How was the last move of the day this bearish? So I believe that this is going to trigger, or this is going to cause a gap to be present at market open. Market is going to open in less than an hour, or sorry, in less than 2 hours, an hour and 18 minutes. So I believe there's going to be a gap. I do not know how much gap is going to be, but this here is really giving some really bearish sentiments. But anyways, now what do I see in this market? I still see a bearish market. Um bias am I going to take? I'm still having the bearish bias, and this is coming up from this region here. Okay, market got liquidity, impulsively came towards the downside, traced up, and is going down. Now this place is a lot of liquidity. A lot of liquidity is lying here, and it needs and has to be taken out. So let's say market opens here to try to fill it back up, tap into this region, and continue to push towards the downside. So yeah, this is just what I just in the market. I'm still bearish, and I've shown you the reasons for me being bearish. I've been bearish throughout the major part of this month, because since 10th, market had been bearish. 10th of May, market has been bearish, and I'm going to remain bearish until something like this happens. And the funny thing is, when something like this even happens, I begin to be bullish, but I'm still obvious of the fact that market could turn towards the downside. The reason it could turn towards the downside is because of the higher time frame. Now, the higher you go, the higher the time frame, the stronger the structure. Okay, we should understand that even the daily time frame right here has been bullish for months. It's very obvious here, has been bullish for months. But then there was a change in structure. So even if the market goes and does this, it is still bearish until something like this happens. Then we continue to look for bulls. And the reason I believe this is going to happen is because there is a fair value gap present here. This is just my own speculation. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen in the market. It's just me speculating. Market could eventually reach here. When it's going to reach here, I do not know. But for now, the market is still bearish and will continue to seek lower sell side liquidity. And yeah, continue to move towards the direction of the market in that way. I hope I have not made this video very long, and I also hope that I've been able to share, give. Basically, I even took more time giving a review of my market and of the last week, and currently I've been able to give a preview of this current week. And yeah, I hope we get into the market. I hope we have a good one. Before I go, I need to also, as I've said, and I just, if I'm supposed to take this entry, if I'm going to take this market, what I'll be looking at is something like this. I'm looking at something like this. Market coming into here again, and it was low. Okay, market coming into here. I'm not certain, but this is what if market gets into this region, I am going to short. If market gets into this region, chances of market getting into this region is very low because of the healthy prices that are here. Very, very healthy prices here. So chances of market getting into there is very low. So I can, if market doesn't get into here, I am just going to continue to move market, wait for market to get into the region again, or take this liquidity here, and then push towards the downside. But then it's obvious that I am bearish in this market, and I'm going to continue bearish on GBPUSD. Thank you very much, and have a very good trading week.